You read roll call, please.
I sure will. Tom Wilson,
Here.
Dean Friel,
Here.
Jack Scrogstead,
Yeah.
Mike Pearson.
Okay, we don't have anybody from outside our department. Approval of minutes. If there's no changes or corrections to the minutes from the September 10th Facilities and Maintenance Committee meeting, they will stand as presented. Does anybody have any adjustments to those? No? Okay, Maintenance Department report. Eric, you want to walk through what you got for us this month?
Yep. So new courts, HVAC project, still waiting on a compressor. Should be dropped, I'd say, in the next week or two, hopefully.
It's been 3 weeks already?
It's been 3 weeks every time I've been here,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was 41 days out from
No, I get it.
whatever day ago it was. So,
Yeah.
that's kind of the missing link from what I understand. Building stable otherwise. So there hasn't been many complaints as far as temperature. So I'm happy.
Good.
New courtroom,
Is that the only missing piece then to the project?
I believe so. As far as the HVAC project, anyways.
But that's got to be done so we can finalize all the adjustments with that compressor, correct?
Correct.
So we have to have the compressor before we can do a lot of the,
Honing in on
Yeah,
any
honing in and stuff.
control work.
yep.
So.
And then
there-
turning it over to you, correctly? Is that?
Yeah. So, yep, we have our packets ready to go for our training. Just wanted to wait on that until Adam showed up on the 21st or after. So he's involved with it, the new guy.
Okay, so with the training, you and Greg will have everything on the computer that we can adjust from the computer. So we don't have to come in and adjust anything anymore, but then what capacity will our maintenance guys have to change temperatures and what have you? Because we gotta be careful. In this building, sometimes you go in here and it's set at 68 degrees and, you know, we need to be setting it at 70 degrees or
Yeah.
the government recommends 72 degrees.
Yeah, we're at 70, right around
Okay.
70 in
Okay.
every room. So as far as capacity, it's just computer
Right.
pop on and.
But
change
I
the
guess
set
what I'm
point.
saying is that we're not gonna have every maintenance guy cave to somebody saying, I need it colder in here, I need it warmer in here.
No, if there's
You're
any,
gonna-
if there's any questions or concerns with
Yeah.
basically anything related to anything that
Right.
needs to funnel through
Through your,
Limble or
Yep.
through me with a phone call or email or whatever.
good
So,
deal.
It's gonna be a little bit of a process.
It's gonna be a
with that,
process.
which it's still, I mean, some people do well, some people don't.
Yeah,
So yeah,
I mean, sometimes you'll have, and then another thing is we were trying to set precedents with getting rid of people who had space heaters underneath their desk. How are we doing with that?
I know of one person and that's in this building.
Okay, there's nothing next door? Because there was at one
That-
time a tremendous amount of people.
I couldn't tell you that. I haven't gone and hawked every room. for
Because
space heaters.
the biggest problem we got is that is the Achilles heel to putting in $4.5 million air conditioning system.
Right.
Is having people put 85-degree air in. So we gotta get people convinced that we have to monitor it and
Right.
not use those, because
Right.
they're a fire hazard.
Right.
But, so you're not aware of anybody over there that has them.
I have not personally seen one yet, but
Okay, good.
again, I haven't been.
No, I get
hawking,
it, I
so,
get it.
Yeah, that can definitely throw off the temperature reading on a thermometer.
For sure,
So,
for sure.
yeah, thermostat.
Yep.
New courtroom. The guys are there as we speak, putting on, door hardware, locks, cutting in a window. And it should be finalized today as far as accessories go. So we're looking good on that point.
Is the judge moved into his quarters yet?
Judge and assistant are moved in. I think everybody just kind of got thrown into a big hurry up and move mess. While there's a big trial going and everybody's in, it's starting to calm down a little bit. Everything will be secure after today. So, yeah, it's looking good.
Is there anything that we have to do with the state of Illinois? I guess this is a Judge accurate question is, do they have to come in and certify the courtroom as being up to their standards, or we just, Jackie takes care of that?
I think we're just ready to go.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
We need a seal, a
okay.
state seal, and a few chairs. Paul Gorski is working on his Polycom system. Other than that, we're ready.
Good deal.
So
That's great.
I'm assuming next week-ish. I hate to keep throwing dates out there. I know everybody's busy and things get drug along.
Yep.
But next week-ish should be ready for them. Nomad project. It is really hard to get a handle on what percentage they're at. I'm thinking they're around 50%-ish being
Really?
complete. So
Are they to the point where they're hanging TVs and stuff? Or are they still pulling wire for that?
some TVs are hung, some aren't. They're working on speakers right now.
I thought in the grant that we got, Jeremy, help me with this, I don't remember, but I thought they had to be done by the end of June or July. So have we paid the Nomad and the service? So do we need, how, we really have, Eric, honestly, I don't believe we have any control at all over any of that Nomad stuff, because that came on a completely different thing with the judges and the judicial systems. I don't know if there's anything we can really do, but maybe push Judge Ackert or somebody to say, hey, we need to help to get this, because we want to get people out of the building. You know, when is this going to be complete?
Well, the next Nomad install date is November, mid-November, and then after
November.
that is December. So that's when their Nomad is coming to complete. Another courtroom, I can't remember the number, but
Really?
November is.
Are they were pre-wired by Helm though, were they not?
No.
They weren't. I thought Helm went through and did all the,
Well, yes, yeah, Helm's going in before
oh,
Nomad.
but they're not doing it. They haven't already done it then.
Correct.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Wow.
So, new
Okay.
courtroom's complete. They're working in Drapers right now. It's a bouncing around game for availability in the courtrooms, which is making it really tough.
Is Ed understands that we have no control over that, correct?
Pat, the bailiff.
Yeah.
Pat.
Oh, is
New
Ed retired?
Yep.
Oh, okay, Pat. Pat understands that we have no control over that.
I mean, yeah, it's tough because he's scheduling and he's been doing a really good job at staying in late, staying in after hours.
Sure.
To have Helm come in and do what they need to do, but it's just been a sidetrack game all over. So they cannot focus on one thing. They're just
Yeah. Yeah,
so
like I said, I don't think we have much control over that. So I would just keep an eye on it as best you can. And
and I am. But
Okay.
it's sometime in December. This whole thing should be complete. As far as maintenance department, mowing has slowed down, thank God. Now it's down to mulching, put in mulching blades, which is maybe once or twice a week. Nowadays, it's looking like once. Trimming trees, bushes. We're going to be prepping for snowplow stuff, all the equipment. I haven't really got a handle on what's working and what's not. We've just been busy doing other things.
on the tree trimming, I've received multiple compliments on the tree trimming.
Yeah.
People are like, you can finally see the court building
Yep.
again.
Yep.
So people are noticing that, which is really good. And and it does look nice.
I think
So-
you did a good job.
Yeah.
We'll be starting to disinfect the buildings with Tanical, basically a COVID killer. We had one spot of COVID hit across the street. We did go through the offices and use a backpack sprayer and just basically aerosol the entire area. Onto the LEC, we replaced control board, valve kit that controls the F5 pod water functions. That was pretty interesting. It was like a short, basically have a control box that has multiple phone wires in there that will, if somebody pushes a button that says, hey, I want water, goes to this control box that goes into an air fed valve system that allows either hot or cold water to go to toilet, sink, showers, things like that. So it's involved.
Who replaced that? Is that a plumbing issue? Is that electrical or
It's a mixture of both.
really?
Yeah. Myself, Dick, and Chris were on that. Did it as a team effort. I thought we did pretty well.
Good deal.
So
Did you just need to replace the board pretty much, or?
the board we replaced the switch, another valve, 2 phone lines. So it wasn't just a,
So
plumbing.
it damaged the line too?
yeah,
It's almost like an Ethernet plug
yep, exactly.
that is used to plug it in to communicate with the system,
Yep.
the master control they have up.
So on that note, we've been monitoring the electrical system, the entire system at the LEC, because of IT's UPSs. They keep kind of going off in spurts, so it's just reading kind of funky electricity. So we have a really high dollar monitoring system from Helm that we placed on the outside of the building, on the inside of the building, and now we're getting in kind of deeper to make sure that we're kosher. Sounds like we are. The monitoring system is still on. We're going to just wait for a little bit longer, see if we get any more hiccups with the UPSs, which we haven't since the monitoring system has been put on. So it seems like it's
They've got issues out at the industrial park with electricity. And we had the same problem over at Rayner,
right.
where just little interruptions and all of a sudden the UPSs are kicking in. So it is, they're working on it. I see
Yeah.
Comet out there pulling new wire and stuff.
The voltage has gone up out there.
Yeah, well, they spent the last 5 weeks there putting in new ground boxes, and I think they're getting the problems taken care of. So we hope.
Hopefully it doesn't get too deep. It could be that the UPSs are just very finicky. And there may be just a little bit of dirty power going through. Is there something we can do about it? Yes, it just depends on how much we want to spend.
Mhm.
There was a short in one of the RTUs when Hartwig came up and did their PMs. That was the only issue that he's found. Other than that, Hartwig's done with their PMs until another 3 and 4 months. Dock Doors came, put in another control board and transformer, and the same exit gate that malfunctioned 2 months ago. So just trying to take all this in and see if there's a major issue, which I don't think there is. It's just stuff's happening.
Yeah.
Which is going to happen.
Yeah.
The multiple buildings we have. Did some painting out there. Looks good. I think everybody's happy. Just fixed a mixer out there. So it's one day we're doing bills. The next day we're replacing a mixer, like a meat mixer.
So doing bills, you're still spending a bunch of time going through stuff like that? Is there anything
I like to complain about when I'm doing bills.
Is there anything that
So-
we should be looking into with the treasurer's office or the administrator to help us?
Every department processes their own.
But they won't allow us to put a purchasing order system.
There's a, for him,
Yeah, We need to, yeah, anyway,
We'll figure it out one of these days.
I know, I know, but we gotta make it easier for you. So,
I just have to be a big boy.
yeah.
Mhm.
So the one question I had for you, could you walk the facilities group through very detailed of who got stuck in the elevator last time and how it all went down? And what happened?
So in detail, I think it was like 8:03 a.m.
I'm just kidding. No, Becky got stuck in the elevator. So. Yeah,
Yeah, I'll get to that. Yeah, let me just roll down. So new courthouse. Paper shredding for health department's finally in queue, for this Thursday. And then we're going with another round. I think it was, end of the month. So we will get the second floor expansion completely cleared out with whatever that did not need to be there. The holding cells should be dropped within the next 2 weeks, as far as I know. The last shipment date, I think, was the 10th, which is soon. So we just need to get the cells built, the fence built, and some drywall hung and finished. So that'll be the next decent sized project for us to do. Moved a bunch of offices and furniture building. Just with everything going on, it seemed like there was 4 or 5 different offices that got new furniture, new desks, new chairs. Been spending a lot of time doing such. Just had Anderson Roofing in there yesterday. They fixed, there was a membrane that was basically pulling off the outside wall. It wasn't at a perfect 90, it was just all the membrane was pulling off. They pulled that back, reflashed it, recapped it. Looks good. Sounds like it's going to come in maybe a quarter of what we thought. Old courthouse. So VAV project had 32 VAVs. We had a schedule for, I think it was 6 or 7. No, I think it was 2 weeks to be done on the 6th or 7th. And today is the 8th. Yeah, so in my mind, that's right on schedule. They're doing pretty well. There's one added scope to the list was the reheat valve replacement. We didn't have that in the scope, the original scope. So there's a VAV box. Outside that VAV box is a control valve that is operated by control wiring that goes directly to our computer. And then a canister, basically a filter after that. So those 2 components was not added to the original scope. There's probably at least, I would say, half of them or so that were not working currently. So it didn't make sense to not go through and replace them all. Meister Tree Care. We already talked about this, but did a really good job trimming the trees and taking out 2. He's going to replace the 2, the one big elm in the north and one magnolia on the east. We're going to replace with a magnolia and a magnolia. We just thought that it'd be kind of shrouding the area if we did replace the elm with an elm. So we'll make the girls happy and go with magnolia. And then the elevator issues. So approximately 8:03 on whatever day it was, I got a call from Becky saying that she's stuck in the elevator across the street. I said, "Are you sure you're stuck?" She says, "Yes." So, she
so
pressed.
she was late getting to work. then.
Yeah, she was late.
I was early. You just got the call.
Yep. Yep. The help button did work. The help button,
So I pushed it, they couldn't hear me. So eventually.
mhm. Either way, it did call to somebody. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it either went to Kone or
It goes
911.
911.
Yeah.
That's what it-
It might go to Kone first and then 911, but either way, it did reach out to somebody, so it does work. So what I understand is that there's a control board, which is a new added control board for a rope gripper. This rope gripper, there's 5 ropes on this elevator. And if one of them decides to break, the rope gripper basically grips the rope and will not let it go up or down. It's just a safety feature. Supposedly it will hang with just one rope. So right now,
So we had a broken rope?
no broken rope, but the
Okay.
control board is not talking to the rope gripper
Oh.
correctly. Yeah. So for now, we are bypassing the control board, so it will not grip anything. And it's been riding fine until we get the new control board in. I don't think it's gonna stop, but I'm not a betting man either. We're gonna keep it going for right around a month. And let's see what happens. I have confidence that it's not gonna stop. But I'm not gonna bet money on it. So after that time frame goes, we'll put on the new control board and it should talk to the gripper correctly and everybody will be happy. Last note, the marble, I've been working on trying to figure out how to clean this, restore it correctly. If we can do it in-house, I've talked to multiple people. Not getting a solid answer on how to clean it. I've talked to this Benson, Sauk Valley Granite, Stanley Steamer. Steaming is not going to be a good option. It could end up cracking the marble because of expansion and contraction. So Sauk Valley Granite, Jose said that he's going to work up a price for us, keep it local. Sounds like Dawn dish soap and water with some crazy elbow grease is what we're going for.
Yeah. But I don't know what the answer is, but they've been doing it at Rome for
Right.
4,000 years.
So Jose must be very, very thorough in his Corey investigations. So he did say that just by looking at the marble, this came from Vermont. So do I believe him? He knows more than I do, but it's a possibility that all the marble came from Vermont. It's a little fun fact if it is a fact.
Fun fact.
Yep.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions for Eric on anything? No? No, everything's going really good as far, I think Eric's done a great job in the short time he's been here, but a lot of things are getting done and some things go unsaid, but we continue to find more and more stuff and he continually looks for more and more stuff to maintain. So I think it's going really good.
It's endless.
It is endless.
He starts on the 21st. Yep.
Is he classified as your second in command or is he just in?
He'd be classified as a tech 2.
Okay,
So, yeah.
just curious.
Yep, he'd be replacing Dick.
And And Dick's done in May?
Dick doesn't know when he's done.
Okay.
Um, he can stay as long as he wants.
No, absolutely,
I'd
absolutely.
be more than happy to keep him stay for a while. It's just he's gonna have to figure that out. It's just, yeah.
Very good.
Yep.
Anybody else have anything else for Eric? Jeremy, do you have anything? Okay, work order request from, has anybody been using, I mean, is anybody calling you requesting work to be done?
Yeah.
And do we have those work orders and anything over 25? I mean, is there stuff coming in? Or is it all just little stuff?
Most of it's little. The only big thing that has come through since June has been that the few doors that state's attorney wants to change around. Other than that, it's been pretty minor.
What about the old front courtroom? And the new courts, second floor, big glass window? Turning that into a conference room. Judge Ackett was wanting to do that. And
Yeah.
we need to get Hartwig involved in that because we're gonna have some cold air return issues.
Yep.
Or whoever's doing our preventative maintenance, that route. And then you guys can do the doors and stuff. Is
We'll have
that,
to figure out if that's gonna be a pre-floor thing or not. I know we're planning on replacing all the floors on fourth floor. So if that's gonna be pre that or just afterwards,
did we find out if we got our budget number for that, Jeremy?
I think we're
Did
good.
we get our carpet budget for that?
Yeah,
Okay, very
Yeah.
good. Good deal.
so that's something I did not have, but I was just hoping to, I hate to say this, slow down a little bit and kind of focus on what maintenance needs to do.
How's that back room you're clearing out? Did you get rid of, how many dumpster loads of file cabinets?
3 30-yard dumpsters.
Of file cabinets,
A lot of it was filed, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
a lot. Is that coming along good?
Yeah, everything's clear.
Good deal.
Yeah, just. No, we've had some people ask for filing cabinets and purchase file cabinets, but they weren't the right ones.
So what's going into the area that you cleaned out?
3 detention cells.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, for now. So we figure out what's going on with the old jail and go from there.
Unfinished business allied facility partners update. So once the compressor comes in, and they start to troubleshoot some of the stuff that goes along with the compressor, we'll be finalizing our contract with Allied, and we're going through some things with them right now as far as the courtroom and just some of the final billing, but that stuff should be out of our hair, I would hope, by the end of November. Jeremy, would that be an accurate statement? It definitely won't be this month, but by November, we should be in good shape with those guys. And that project will come to a close. We have warranties for 2 years on all the equipment. All the workmanship from the actual subcontractors is a year, but that will not start until everything is up and running, which after this compressor goes in, it'll start from that day forward for our warranties and what have you. So, anybody have any questions on that? That project's gonna come to a close and
I'm a little, I'm not sure if that's correct per the project manager.
okay.
So we'll just have to
What did Mark say?
try to bury that and unbury it out of my head, but I don't think it was, I think it started already.
What do you
The
mean?
warranty.
Oh, no, the warranty's not started yet. Not till completion of project. It's in our contract. I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk to Doug about it.
Okay.
I don't think Mark would understand what we're doing. to be, I mean. Yeah. But we'll figure it out. There's no items under new business. There's no request for executive session. If no one has any questions, make sure you turn off your cell phones and make sure. You got a second? All right, second, Mr. Friel and Mr. Pearson. So, okay, all in favor, say aye.